Mongoose Jake here with a review of the Demolisher. And I will have to say this video is 100% made possible by Ryan Ingolstadt. He sent me this blaster after him and his son had gotten a little use out of it. So it's not brand spanking new out of the package, but I don't think they used it much. Now, I'm going to leave out their opinions. They have their own video. Go check them out on their own channel. I will put a link in the description, as long as I remember to Ryan's channel himself, but he did send this to me. But what the Demolisher is a flywheel powered minigun style blaster that has a unique activation, that's the best word for it, a rotating front spinning barrel, and a shoulder strap. Now, it is very small. Look at it compared to me. Yeah, I'm a decent sized guy. I'm 5'10" and right around 190, but this blaster's small. It's not, to me it's not uncomfortable, but it is very weird. And that's where some people are going to find it to not suit them. And I know that's unusual. Mongoose Jake starting out a Busby video on not such a positive note. Now for me, I'm not gonna really throw anything out there. It's a blaster that I'm glad I got my hands on. The fact is that this flywheel powered blaster is activated by pulling here. You pull this, that has a trigger just for looks. Doesn't actually do anything. You pull back halfway and it revs up. Now it is running off of stock AA's. I use the Rayovac High Powers. That's my personal AA that I keep around. They do actually seem to perform a little bit better than some, but nice smooth revving sound, and then you start to fire it. Now this barrel does not spin until you reach that full pull and actually start firing. Again, a couple more shots, and as you see, it's got an okay rate of fire. Not super fast, not super slow, right in the middle. It's controllable. And as you can see, I'm already using a Worker 22 mag in it, and it accepts everything. That's a huge plus. Now, when this blaster came out, it originally was released to Target around about the $30 price range, which is not a bad price for what you get. A full auto flywheel blaster that runs off of standard AA's, no C or D batteries, I don't know why Nerf does that, but runs off of standard AA's, comes with a shoulder strap, and is very easy to use for people with smaller hands. Intended, of course, for the smaller of us. Now, I actually could use this quite well, because as my arm's been recovering, I have found twisting and pulling is weird. That it's pulling on my muscles, because for those of you who aren't aware, I basically got hit to where I lost a chunk of my muscle, and my bones in my arm are swollen up. I actually have two big humps in it, like a camel almost. But I can lift things now, but I can't pull or twist or tug. So priming a spring-powered blaster is a little hard and causes a sharp stabbing pain. This blaster, however, I've been able to play with and have some fun. And again, thank you, Ryan. This has allowed me to play and enjoy things with my family and have some fun and even get a review done. And this blaster, in that sense, I actually have found I like it. I found complete compatibility with all mags, including Nerf drums. And this is where the kicker came in for me. I was able to throw this on, and yeah, I just throw it over my neck like that. I mean, you can put your arm through and go full minigun style, but you just rest your arm there. Ryan said it made his hand feel uncomfortable. That's the only, I'll mention that. I know I said just go ahead and see his opinion in his video, but he said it made his hand uncomfortable. I have not once tried to actually put my hand in the handle, and I think Busby actually did something right here. For somebody with very, very small hands, like a kid, they could actually put their hand through the handle and hold on to it. However, for me as an adult, what I did was, yes, just run around with this thing on the sling, keeping the weight off my arm, and the only thing I did with my left hand was I put my thumb here as a brace. And then I pulled and fired. I'll let you hear the rate of fire there. And that's how I used it. Especially with a 35 round drum, I can put that 35 round drum into my side here and use that as a brace and pull. And then all I'm having to do is hold it with my thumb. I don't actually see anybody with decent sized hands being able to put their hand in there at all. I mean, I can get about 2 fingers in there, maybe 3 if I want to jam them and hurt them. So this handle is completely unusable for an adult hand, except in the way I just showed. Put your thumb in, pull back, and it actually turns out to be a pretty good blaster that way. I actually was getting all the way from the mid 70s to upper 70s with this, depending on the darts, with a few shots hitting over 80. I did not have any jams or malfunctions of any kind. I know that sounds koopish, but I really didn't. And I tested every kind of dart that I could find. I used worker darts, I used Busby Precise Pros long distance, even used the old Busby suction cup darts, X-Shot darts, Nerf Elites, and AccuStrikes, aftermarket darts in both the AccuStrike style as well as waffle tips. I use the Adventure Force waffle tips that I'm retesting and having a bit better luck with. Still have some blowouts, but from Springer powered blasters, but it actually fired pretty well from this one. It had no problems with any magazines or any darts of any kind, and it fired above Nerf Elite standard. So, with complete cross compatibility of all mags, all darts, above Nerf performance at below Nerf prices, this Busby Demolisher gets my full thumbs up approval on this thing. I would have to say some people are going to be put aside by the unique trigger, we'll say, or activation method, and some people are not going to like the weird handle here. However, I didn't use it as an actual, I'm going to hold on to this and use it as an actual handle kind of thing. I use it just really as a brace for my thumb to pull against for activating the flywheels. And in that sense, I had no problems with it. I know Ryan and his son, neither one of them found it comfortable, and that's fine. I mean, some people simply are not going to. And that's going to be, I think, the biggest catch for this blaster is some people aren't going to like this activation method, and some people are not going to like this handle. I think if they'd done a huge T-handle, or not T-handle, but a loop handle, if they'd done a big loop handle that maybe even pivoted, I think that would have been better. Just my personal opinion. But the pullback, it works fine. But I honestly, again, even though I gave this my full approval, I'm going to mention these little things. A big loop handle, and just, if you're going to do that, just put a straight, like, L bracket back here. That's just a grip that you pull straight back. No weird design. Don't even put the trigger there. Just make it to where it's a big, chunky, vertical grip that you can just grab, and it'll still accommodate anybody's hands. And a big loop handle will accommodate anybody's hands. Because, I mean, if it's a huge loop, it means a big hand could fit in it. Still means a little hand could fit in it. Nobody'd have a problem. That's the only thing that they could have adjusted is the grips. That's a common Busby thing from times past. And they could have done that, and I hope they do make this a more common. This has been relegated to a very limited availability blaster. It still is online. I did a quick search for it, found it a couple places, but I don't see Targets carrying it as a regular item. So I'll let you do your own search for it, because I've seen wildly varying prices at different retailers. But if you spot one, it is a, again, above average performer, completely compatible with all magazines and drums, and will fire every kind of dart available with no problem and no jams. So that's a win all around. Just keep in mind, a little bit different on the grips and handles, so might be a deal breaker. But for me, it wasn't. I actually found it to be usable and comfortable, because I just threw it on the strap, like the include, threw it around my neck and shoulder, and just went around minigun style. This is Mungerstick with my review of the Busby Demolisher. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.